Right, guys, the game has just finished at Anfield, 0-0. No pre-match prediction today. It was a bit early for me. I didn't make a pre-match prediction, but let's go over the game. There's a lot to talk about, to be honest. It was a 0-0 game today, but there was a lot of talking points. Obviously, you got team selections. Obviously, the availability of certain players for both teams, the fitness. It was a it was a real mid-table clash today. Poor performances from both sides in terms of the attack. Liverpool at Anfield. When have you ever seen a Liverpool team at home not press you and not want to get on the ball and attack? But today it showed. And you look at the two lineups, like a midfield of the young Bacetic or Bacetic, however you want to say it. But him, Keita and Thiago Alcantara didn't wow me today. They didn't really get on the ball too much. The back line, no Trent Alexander, no Van Dijk. When have you, like, there's no bigger opportunity to go to Anfield and get 3 points. The most creative fullback they have not starting. The best defender in the league, arguably for the last 4 or 5 years, not starting. Lack of confidence from Liverpool, where they are in the table with us down there. Both sides lack confidence, but that lineup today, Gakpo playing his first game in his first start. I don't know if his first start actually, but Gakpo, Salah, and Harvey Elliott up front, and it was just it looked terrible. Like Salah wasn't in. I couldn't even spot Salah, and I don't know whether it's credit to our defense today, but Salah didn't have a sniff. Gakpo hardly had a sniff. And Harvey Elliott didn't have a sniff. And it's the two front lines. Look at that. Harvey Elliott, Gakpo, Salah, Mount, Havertz, and Ziyech. It just stinks. Like, both the attacks stunk. The midfield, it was inexperienced from a Chelsea point of view. Obviously, we had Hall and Jorginho playing in the pivot. I can't criticise Hall so much because I've criticised him at left wing back because I know he's not a left wing back. But today, first start in the midfield in a double pivot at Anfield, massive game. I can't really criticise him. Had a few loose passes here and there, a few risky things. You could spot a few times where I'm like, if this was a better Liverpool side, they would have took advantage of the fact that a couple loose passes went astray from Lewis Hall. And even George was actually all very good for me today. Had a bit of question marks over him recently. I thought he was kind of down tooling at Chelsea. Don't know whether there was question marks over his contract. I don't know where he stood. Where going forward in this Graham Potter new side and all these new signings. But yeah, he played okay. Like, him and George was all right. But again, it wasn't a very controlled game. It's like Mount on the left-hand side, non-existent today. Ziyech on the right-hand side, multiple times where he had opportunities to whip balls in, find players at the back stick. Just couldn't find no one. Overhit a lot of the time as usual from Ziyech. 1 or 2 balls was okay. Like, Mudryk came on in the later stages. Then he started to look a bit more threatening with the crossfield passes. But yeah, it was just like huff and puff. Couldn't blow the house down. Controlled the game for most of that first half. Pretty dominant display from Chelsea in possession, but just not that killer instinct. And I've been saying that for ages. We need Kai Havertz replaced up front with someone that can actually threat in behind. There were so many chances like in that first half where Kai Havertz it's just that killer instinct. Kai Havertz had a chance where he could have just used his body, got in front of the man, just held him up and took the shot from the inside the right hand side. Mount, when he got it cut back to him, no killer instinct. Let's set off to Lewis Hall. Tame effort. It's just, there were so many like half chance areas for Chelsea, but just couldn't take advantage of it. Second half, Mudryk came on quite early because obviously it looked like as if it was very stale up front from Chelsea. Graham Potter realised that from quite early in the second half. Brought Mudryk on, and let's have a word about Mudryk. Just looks lightning, doesn't he? Like, James Milner, as soon as he came on, was on toast. James Milner got booked. Commentator, what I was watching it on streaming, he was saying the first right back of the season of the league to get booked by Mudryk, and he won't be the last. And I wouldn't be surprised. But like even Mudryk had a chance where he just zigzagged in and out and on his left foot at a tight angle, couldn't get the shot off properly. Chukwuemeka came on, couldn't get his feet out, slipped over one time, couldn't get his feet in the area again another time. So many chances for Chelsea today, and this is what my problem is. It's just that I've lacked a goal scorer since Diego Costa, and we need a Diego Costa back in this team. That is what I think we're missing, because when you look at the players that we're missing, N'Golo Kante, Ben Chilwell, Reece James, we've just added this Madueke to our team. Like, who else is there? There's Nkunku to come. There's just so many injuries in our team right now. Even Pulisic to some extent. I don't like Pulisic. I think Pulisic and Ziyech aren't the greatest of players. But we're making big signings. Like, the signings that I wanted to see, I'm starting to see. That the players that I've wanted to see come out on the wing for Chelsea is paceful players, and that's what we've been missing. We need paceful wingers and we need a striker, and that's what I've been asking for. Obviously, the addition of a midfielder is needed because the lack of midfielders that we have at the moment, it shows. Obviously, playing Lewis Hall in the midfield, and the fitness for Kante and Kovacic is uncertain throughout most seasons in the past couple of years. So maybe a defensive midfielder. We've been linked to Caicedo, from Brighton, and it would be a good addition. But made a proper good signing. But let's have a word about signings that have actually played. Benoit Badiashile, what a performance today at Anfield. Him and Thiago Silva, unbelievable partnership. And even Cucurella, I've been hitting up Cucurella multiple times this year, but Cucurella today was exceptional with shutting down Mo Salah, and exceptionally Badiashile's performance in the middle beside Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, I think, got man in the match, but Badiashile, in his passing, his control, his winning of duels, his headering, his comfortability, like this is his first away game at Anfield. What a performance he has been. Under the radar signing. No one really has spoke about that signing. It's all been Mudryk. It's all been the attackers. But what a performance today from Badiashile. Kepa was okay today. Like, Liverpool didn't press us, but Kepa played some loose passes into the midfield. They were accurate, but these are risky passes. You try to play that against pressing teams, it's not going to work. But I think his confidence, like Kepa, as much mistakes as he can make, the confidence in this geezer is unreal. He will still continue to play these passes, and it worked quite well when we was clipping balls out from the back, so I can't really complain. So our defence was immense today. Our defence and our goalkeeper today was very good. I can't really say much about them. It's just that killer instinct Chelsea need. We need that killer instinct. It was such a much needed 3 points today. It would have been an impact on Liverpool. We would have been 3 points ahead of them. They would have had a game in hand, and at least then it would have been, right, let's get on the go. We've made our signings. Mudryk's coming to the team. Players are coming back. Let's start off with the 3 points and build up to try and put some pressure on this top four, because I've said in previous videos, I don't think we get top four. But with these signings that we're making, Todd's just buying anybody and everybody. So, and it's good signings. I'm not really fussed. Like, I haven't been disappointed with any of the signings really too much. I'm not too sure about this Madueke boy, Noni Madueke. Obviously been let go as a Tottenham youth player to go out on PSV. Hasn't been fit, and that's a major key problem that we've had for a while now at Chelsea with the fitness of players. So yeah, but I'm excited with the signings, and we need to push Newcastle. I think of any of the top four that might not be able to sustain their top four form, is probably Newcastle. I think Man United are improving. I just have to hope. I have to hope that Newcastle struggle. They struggled against Fulham. Hopefully they don't pick up another 3 points this weekend. But it's looking hopeful for Chelsea. We played well today. Like, I can't really. Potter played his team today. It worked well in stages, but it's just that final third, and it's always been that. But yeah, a 0-0 draw. Not much talking points. Obviously, you had the Havertz offside goal. And I can't. It's offside in it by the rules. I can't really complain. I was a bit pissed off at the time. I'm thinking, oh, like, Havertz is behind him, but obviously, if any part of your body's in front of the ball, you're offside. So I can't really complain. But yeah, 0-0. That they were my player performances analysis, and that's it really. Poor Liverpool side. Just it was there. It was there. It was there to be had. But we have to move to the next game. So let's see how we perform in our next game, and hopefully our new signings can and our players like Reece James and Chilwell and Kante can come back as soon as possible. But yeah, see you soon.